Mm. So,
So I think one of the advantages practically from picking a side or being with a particular party is they offer things like congressional district conventions you can speak at, Senate district
mm,
events that you speak at, you get in front of the delegates. They have the Republican Party here in Minnesota has horrible data, and there's a reason for that.
mhm,
Um, but you need to have a way to do voter outreach and door knocking. And if you have to reinvent the wheel every single time, you're going to lose. So by
mhm,
design, they're manufactured to lose every single time. So as I go forward, I'm really working on discerning if, because I'm not picking a side as of now, how I'm going to go about this. And the way is not clear to me yet. I haven't received an answer yet.
right. Okay. Yeah, politics is a tricky situation. It is. I mean, there's green, there's libertarian, there's independent, but like I said, y- through just historical data, those parties aren't doing well because they're not one of the two, right? They're not the huge conglomerates with all the money and all the support and the
Mhm.
history. So it's like you could be an independent, you could try, you could really like have a good heart and want to make changes for people and create a following and get voted into a position. But if you're not one of the two big dogs, it's kind of hard to it's kind of the system is kind of rigged against you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, historically, that's exactly what's how it's been. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so you kind of have to pick a side. Yeah.
Is there any changing to that anytime soon? Like it's a some big names have tried to. For me, like I like Cornel West. I wish he could have made a ballot, right? Because he probably would have been a decent candidate. But do you think there's ever going to be a time or anytime soon of a other side, getting in front of either, you know, red or blue?
Ah, so I'm going to ask myself if it were to be done, how could it be done? I'm going to let my mind think on it.
Mhm.
And if it's possible, an answer will present and I'm going to do it. If it's not
I like
possible,
that.
decide. But I don't have to file until May of 2026. So it's a little
Got the
bit.
time.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Send me well
Yeah,
wishes, okay, guys?
not yet. Because I'll be honest, years ago, I thought about running or, thought experiment, feeling good about myself and feeling like if I was in a position, the different choices or the same choices that I would make as this other person. And when I thought about it hard and I was like, it's too stressful. So let me actually, like, when you did this, I know you kind of did it on the spot and spontaneous. Did you always feel like you wanted to make change in the world that affects a lot of people? Is it something you always, throughout your life you felt like you're gonna be impactful? Or was it you seen what these guys are doing, you don't agree with it, maybe you can do better?
Um, I think my motivation is like I'm a mom and one of the issues was like school related and I was like, okay, what kind of future are we creating for like my son, for kids in the community? And I've always just felt like I'm just me.
Mhm.
Like, but one thing, one skill I have is like whatever problem is placed in front of me, the universe like guides me to be able to figure it out. So I can figure anything out. And
Mhm.
I
so
feel the same.
because a lot of stuff is just figuring things out in the midst of uncertainty, I'm like, okay, I can do that, right? You know, when you just like look at something, you're like, I can do it.
Hmm.
You don't quite
Absolutely.
know how yet, but you know you can.
That's right.
That's
Have
a
you
bar.
That's
have you guys
that's
ever had
the
that?
the name of the show is figuring shit out, of course, right?
Gratitude. So I found being grateful and having lots of gratitude can help bring
Yes, yes, Lord.
solutions towards you.
Mhm.
Like people come to me with problems and I have problems and I'm usually quick with a response or an answer. So yes, I understand exactly what you're saying. I've had solutions come to me. I get downloads, often. The book that I wrote was a download. It just came to me one time last year. The title, and then the concept, and then it was just like boom, start writing. It took a year to write it, put it out, and it's done. Um, and that would not be out here without getting some response from the universe, spiritual, whatever you want to call it. Um, but yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Have you always been spiritual?
Nope. It's
No.
funny. We talked about this the other day. So we grew up. forced religious. I guess you grew up religious,
Mhm.
forced religious. Then I broke away, and then I found religion myself. And I was a Christian for 3, 4 years, die hard, trying to recruit, trying to, do all the things. And then I fell out of that. And then I turned atheist, right? So I was atheist for a few years after that. And then after atheism, I turned spiritual. So now I'm spiritual. I don't subscribe to any particular religion. They all have their place and they have pros and cons, but I'm more
Mhm.
spiritual now.